Hello. I haven't done a live for a long time, so I'll look at my slippers and clothes in the background there. Oh dear. So I thought that I would say hello and talk to you about a couple of things. Where can I move around a little bit here? Firstly, how are you going? What's happening with you? Are you looking after yourself? Are you drinking? Are you eating well? Are you exercising? What are you doing? How are you going in your life? I've received quite a few letters recently talking about loss, what you're going through, pain. I'm holding the phone in my hand. I'm so unprofessional, aren't I? What you're going through, the loss you're going through. So many people have lost people to COVID. There's been quite a lot of, I get letters regarding murder. Hello. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you're not okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. And with these lives, I balance myself between talking to you and answering the comments. So I'm talking about the number of very sad letters I'm getting, particularly about murders, homophobia, people struggling with sadness, PTSD, and there are so many people having a really tough journey. And I wanted to thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. One person's saying they're depressed here, and someone's talking about what I'm. How am I? I'm pretty good. Those of you who have kept in touch know that it's been the worst year of my life. Excuse me. My parents died. My main client was murdered. So it's been the worst year of my life in so many ways. But I'm going to have to cough a few more times. I missed that comment. Hello. What was I saying about all the letters? It's the worst year of my life. But the interesting thing, thank you. The interesting thing about going through pain for me, and I don't want to call this a positive because it's not, it's just growth. I find when I experience adversity, I have grown the most by far. And my greatest successes have been following significant adversity. I'm certainly not saying to the universe to bring it on. I'm so sorry. I'm reading the comments at the same time. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's the person in the next apartment's put their light on. Yeah, I had something like, a good friend of mine died. I had something like 9 really serious issues that occurred. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I've received a lot of letters about people losing their mum and dad, and we're not capable of truly understanding the loss of death until it occurs. And the one thing I've learned over everything else is forgiveness, acceptance, perspective. I just said one thing and then I told you 3. That's typical me. My mother, who drove me crazy, loved me so much, and I blamed her for everything. She was meant to be a god and just fix my life and do everything for me. I never realized until she died how wonderful she was. I would hold against her, especially when I was in my 20s. Oh my goodness. Being in your 20s is such a unique experience. But I only got to really know her when she passed. And one of the things I did was I had to go through all the letters in the house, and she wrote everything down. absolutely everything. And as I've now shared with you, which I didn't while my parents were alive out of respect for them, is that my brother took his life. Yeah. Lisa, don't you wish we didn't though? I mean, if I'd only known, I was, yeah, out of respect to my mum and dad, I didn't say why they were alive, but my brother took his life. And my mum was just so, so strong. We did so much work, attempts to try and keep him alive. And it was such a journey, and it consumed my life through my 20s trying to keep him alive. I had to stop whatever I was doing, teaching aerobics or whatever. I'd drop everything, and I had a team of people that I'd ring and say, go there, go and check on him. Kathleen, yeah, thanks. But for my mum, she adored him. And now being as a mum, I understand that love. And as a daughter, I blamed mum because she was a strong Christian and university was left wing. I'm going to keep coughing. My university was left wing. So I blamed mum for not preparing me for life. I blamed her for being such a strict Catholic. I blamed her for not letting me have a boyfriend till I was 103. Sorry, I just missed that comment. But she was just living, and she was highly critical of me. She was living the best life she could. And towards the end of her life, we were very, very close. We had a lot of communication, but we would disagree fairly regularly. And as I think I've told you before, moments before she died, we talked on the phone and had a lovely talk, which is really good because we often disagreed, but we're very close. So I had the gift from God of speaking to her just before she died. And I know I keep repeating the story, but I said, take the day off, Mum, take the day off. I'll go and look after Dad, because Dad was in care. Dad kept trying to pass. He wanted to pass. He was in the last stages of dying, and Mum didn't want him to die. So she rang me and she said, I can't do this. I can't live without him. I just can't. I thought I could, but I can't live without my Lenny. And she was crying, and my mum never cries. Oh my goodness me. She's such a tough woman. One of my partners was once unfaithful to me, and I told Mum, and I said, oh Mum, so-and-so was unfaithful to me. And she said to me, I wish he was unfaithful with 10 women, 10, because you need to be strong and define yourself on your own terms. Who cares about the behaviour of others? Now, I know it's a pretty extreme story, but I am the Terminator because of my mum. Anyway, she was crying, and she never cried, and she said on the phone on that day, she said, I never cry, and I'm losing him. He's going. I can feel him going, and I can't do it. And I said, Mum, have the day off. Take the day off. Go and do something nice for yourself. The sun's out. I'll go and stay with Dad, because she wanted someone with him all the time in care. So I trot off to be with Dad, and I'm there with my son. And she rings us. Thank you. She rings us, and she sounds happy, and she says, I'm going to go for a walk in the sun. And I said, lovely. And she walked for about 200 meters. Thank you so much. She walked for about 200 meters and died. Her heart exploded from top to the aorta split. And as I've told you, I told Dad, and he listened and then stopped eating, and I was in lockdown with him for the last 8 days of his life, and he was so sure of, I kept trying to give him water and he wouldn't take it, and Yeah. But anyway, why did I make that point? I made that point because we can be unhappy with people for certain things. But people, they die. They die. It's not a matter of we've lived half our life. We don't know. We don't know if we're going to be alive tomorrow. So reach out. Yes, I've never known two people so in love, Sandra. Reach out to people. Forgive people. Accept their flaws. Your mum and dad, they're not going to be perfect. They're going to just be living their stories, their values, and the way their parents treated them. Terry's so sad, yet if you're talking about the way my parents died, it's also very beautiful because dad was ready to die and mum just wouldn't let him. So typical mum. She was such a strong character. Yes, tomorrow is never promised, and we think it is, and we say something off the cuff. Dad used to write me all these letters, and, Dad was a judge, and he used to write to me, I have a high IQ, and he used to write to me about how my intellect, and he said, your one weakness, Lauren, is that you need to pause and wait in life. Life is about the pause. Life is about the wait. No compulsion, no reaction, no strong values. In life, we are a warrior, and a warrior waits for the right time. Yes, it was, Sandra, it was amazing having the twin caskets. It was just, and then with COVID, we had to delay the funeral. Yeah, so it was amazing. One other thing too, with my videos, I've always uploaded a voice only and a voice and music, but YouTube are now demonetizing people that repeat anything. So I'm not able to do that anymore. It's funny, Terry. So I just wanted to touch base with you with my wobbling camera here, wobbling all around the place. Thank you for your requests. I'm trying so hard to get to your letters. I keep saying that each time, don't I? I want you to take a moment and remember. I want you to remember that you have value. I want you to remember that the meaning of life is what you give to others. Hello, I want you to know that the opinion of others doesn't matter. The judgment of others doesn't matter. We are a herd creature. We like to belong to groups. That's our ego. But we also have a sense of self. If we need people to like us, if we need something that's not in here, we have lost control. It's like the horse has bolted through the gate, the horse's happiness, and it's like, oh, bye. The only chance you have of happiness, the only chance is to be the artist of your own canvas. I'd like to talk to you sometime about the word happiness. I'm not keen on it. I'm not keen on it because true joy is about balance. Happiness is up here. Sadness is down here. What we want is contentment, balance, and we gain that through the decisions we make, the morality we choose, living our best truth, meditating, praying, chanting. I'm a big one for chanting. I do a lot of chanting. But thank you for being part of this community. I'm not going to stop coughing. You know when you start coughing and you can't stop? The artist of your own canvas. Beautiful. Thank you for being part of this community. They don't, Jacqueline, they don't allow any repetition. and they see it as repetition. 2 of my friends have been demonetized. It's really awful. Thank you for your comments in the community. Thanks for supporting others. Take care of yourself. I love you all. Keep the requests rolling in. Yes, a robot does it, and they don't understand that some people, yes, a shot of brandy. Some people like voice only, but it's very, very hard. And one of my good friends, Joanne, from Relax for a While. What's her channel name? Good friends with Joanne of Relax for a While. She was demonetized and got it back, but it took her a couple of months. I can't risk that. I just can't. So I'll put the voice only on my podcast. So look up Sleep Meditation with Lauren Ostrowski Fenton. Oh, I see. Put them after each other. I think the robot would still pick up the repetition. They're even saying that with loops, reading of stories. I love you all. I can't stop coughing. I need to go and get a glass of water. Take care of yourself. Exercise, chant, pray. Know that you are not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. You are not alone. You are okay. Sometimes, okay, you're sitting in the dung heap of life, but you are okay. My voice will be okay. Bye, lovely. Bye, Sandra. Thank you, guys. Keep in touch. Remember, you're not alone. You're okay. Love you all. We are one.